And we're into a match, the best of three, Four Tides Wrath, Season 3. This is, of course, Nox versus Fabled. The playoffs for this match between Fabled Esports versus Noxious Gaming. Use the proper titles. I am your caster, Mega Kai, and if you're not familiar with me at all, I guess bad luck to me, but I am. My information there on the screen, facebook.com/Dota, /OmegaKaiDota, or my Twitch channel, www.twitch.tv/OmegaKai. Big thanks to both Southern Cross Dota and TT Esports by Thermatake for their support in running this event, because otherwise I'd have nothing to cast. And we're going to jump into the captain's mode already underway, and you can see Fabled Esports starting out strong, having already banned out two of the most popular heroes in current meta, both Bat Rider and Outer Titan. Noxious Gaming not far behind in the current playstyle and picking up, banning out both Naga Siren and Nyx Assassin. And they go straight into the immediate pickup of what is probably one of the best support heroes, if not the best, Visage. That's probably going to be followed by another support, although that's a bit of a presumptuous guess by me. In terms of the teams, it's Fabled Esports that have not much backstory behind them in terms of where they are, where they're from, and their previous matches. But Noxious Gaming in the top 4 position, in the top 4, one of the top 4 positions in terms of one of the best teams in Australia at present. And I don't say that lightly. They're going toe-to-toe with teams like CSW and Hans Reborn. So this team definitely going into the round of the favorites. But that does not mean by any means the game is won. We've already seen a number of upsets already in Tides Wrath, with those teams going into their rounds expecting to win and coming out on second best. So Fabled Esports coming in as the underdogs may go through with that favorite underdog story that everybody likes to follow. And you can see they've already adopted a Rat Dota strategy by picking up a Baton as well as Nature's Prophet. Noxious Gaming going for a slightly different angle, having picked up Timbersaw as their second slot. And of course you can see all of this unfolding in front of you. What am I expecting to see? Fabled Esports have already picked up Nature's Prophet. It sort of leads to guess that they are going to dive deep into Rat Dota styles, so they will be picking up more split push, more late game farm, potentially looking at both either an Alchemist or an Anti-Mage to round that off, or somebody with hard farm for the late game. Noxious Game is going to be looking for probably single target and gank capabilities. If that is the case, or heroes that have high level of gank options. And as the second round of banning has already completed, you can see Weaver OD being banned out by Fabled Esports, followed very quickly, by Noxious Gaming, who have immediately banned out Rubik. And that is telling already. It says, hey, we have heroes in mind in terms of AoE, and the Troll Warlord for probably his push potential and his ult. Spirit Breaker. And I'm semi-right. You can see there Spirit Breaker coming out. Good single target right click coming out of Spirit Breaker. Good global presence in terms of the charge. But you have to say, Fabled Esports picking up the Lifestealer, the first Lifestealer of the day. And that is a strong play there for Fabled Esports. Look at their lineup already. Abandon, Nature's Prophet, Lifestealer. They have already secured what could potentially be their 3 carries, if not positions. Abandon for the offlane. No, abandon support. Maybe. Nature's Prophet for the tri lane and Lifestealer for the Nature's Prophet for the offlane. Miscast. And Nature's Prophet for Lifestealer for the tri lane. Tongue twisted myself. Noxious Gaming not giving too much away in terms of their pickup. They picked up Visage, Timbersaw, and Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker, we've seen a reasonable amount of Spirit Breaker in recent months. And I think primarily as a support, that is where he best fits. You can't dive too deep unless you have a great start. I don't think you can really play Spirit Breaker as your hard farm, as your hard carry, because you're just going to end up in a situation where he dives too deep, gets caught out and killed. So as a support, though, I feel that that's where he sits, sort of a ganking support. And he really adds a little element of unknown. If he's missing, everybody kind of assumes that he's charging. So psychologically, you can put the enemy team at a disadvantage. And of course, he kind of counters Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet is split pushing. You just charge him with some dust. Boom, away you go. That's a dead Nature's Prophet. There's not much he can do about it. Make sure you have that Quelling Blade, though. Lifestealer... I feel Lifestealer probably in the lineup so far, along with Visage, is probably the two best pickups for this pool so far. And I could be wrong, but I'm hoping to see Storm Spirit, Queen of Pain being picked up by Fabled Esports to round off their global gank team, or even an IO, because IO is still in the pool, and that works well with Lifestealer, Nature's Prophet Bomb. So they could really just go for this global gank team. Options still available, and they go burn all the way down to 3 seconds of reserve time just to make a decision as what they're going to pick up for the 4 slot. It is a Vengeful Spirit. And Noxious Gaming picking up a Storm Spirit. They're kind of picking up the heroes I would expect Fabled Esports to be picking up. Storm Spirit from mid with Timber Sword, Long Lane, Spirit Breaker, Visage, and one other for the tri-lane. And in terms of the bans, I don't know if I've already covered it. Weaver OD now going into Bane quickly, and I must say immediately followed by Rubik, Troll Warlord into Queen of Pain for bans. And they really want to restrict the options for Lifestealer, but he's got 2, Nature's Spirit and Vengeful Spirit, and that's all he, Nature's Prophet and Vengeful Spirit, that's all he really needs. He can teleport anywhere in the map, pitching a ride on Nature's Prophet, or he can wait for that team fight inside of Vengeful Spirit to do a swap bomb. So options already open on the table, and you don't need anything else. Puck also thrown in, and Shadow Fiend picked up. Not even a second of a decision given here by Noxious Gaming. They already have in mind the lineup they want to go for, and it is an extremely solid lineup. Moop's picking up Visage, and all the attention will be on him for this match. Already the self-proclaimed best player in the Tides Wrath tournament. And again, a shout out to both the sponsors, TT Esports by Thermatake. Those who are not familiar with them, you're missing out on some great gear, including cases and power supplies, not just mouses and not just mice or keyboards and other gaming paraphernalia. They do some hardware that is pretty decent. In fact, I've had my Thermatake power supply for some months now, and years almost. Let's have a look though at the early game items. It is Noxious, Quirty playing Shadow Fiend, Moops playing Visage, best player in the Tides Wrath series, John playing Tipasaur, Kopi playing Storm Spirit, and PPX playing the Spirit Breaker with Carl playing the Vengeful Spirit, Prothesida playing Puck, then playing the Lifestealer, Rash playing Abaddon, and how do you say this? Lizgy playing Nature's Prophet. And if you look at the items on your screen now, you can see there is a smoke sitting on Spirit Breaker. And an Observer Ward or sitting on Abaddon, so that indicates he is a support, not picking up any carry kind of items at present. There's also Sentry Wards, I should say, not Observer, Sentry. Sentry also sitting on Moops. So, aggression probably going to come out of Team Noxious early with early rotation, and that's what you're expecting. Breaking down the lanes at present, it's Vengeful Spirit with Abaddon, followed by Lifestealer and a tri-lane, going up against a solo Timbersaw, and I feel that this is going to be a nice lane for the Lifestealer, picking up free farm in the early parts of the game. And Shadow Fiend in the mid, going head to head with. Well, I'm semi-surprised. Is Puck? No, I'm not surprised whatsoever. And the tri-lane in the bottom was Vengeful with Storm Spirit, Spirit Breaker, and Visage with that good player Moops going up against a Nature's Prophet solo, and that was to be expected also. Of course, it's going to come down to the lockdown, the ganks, and already Nature's Prophet looking to block out creeps, block out lanes, pull the creeps as well away. Some bounty being reclaimed here by the supports on the Radiant team. They want to make sure that the camps aren't blocked out, but they unfortunately are blocked out. 2 camps being blocked out, no warding required, and that is the power of Nature's Prophet already sending in another 2 creeps to scout out the vision and make sure that this isn't happening, having already used a clarity. Just being a pain in the ass, basically. Storm Spirit in the bottom, untraditional lane for him. He's normally in the middle, but you know, still he can be very effective in the bottom lane. He can pick up fast levels and farm. But the top lane's where we need to have our attention. It is the Lifestealer Vengeful Spirit combo that will secure the first blood. I'm almost sure of it. And Vengeful Spirit, she does wrap around. She is looking for Timbersaw. Timbersaw does have Timber Chain already, so he can engage on this. But there is also a bit of a block out here, and Abandon looking to farm the pool creeps. Pool camp. Oh yeah, overlay. Good choice. In-game overlay. Being sent a message saying that I'm a scrub, and that is correct, I am a scrub. I'm not used to changing my overlay so much. Apologies there. Anyway, into the game. Storm Spirit going up against Puck, and let's have a look at what the CS is at present. Last hits wise, it is clearly Shadowfair way in the lead with 12 last hits going up against Puck's measly, feeble 2, 3. Puck does get the ruin, but that does not mean anything with the Shadow Farm. I'm going to call him Shadow Farm from now on, getting way ahead already on 14 souls, already on 13 last hits. And he is also got his mate, this Shadow Storm Spirit in the bottom lane, who is leading the table on 15 hits, thanks to some effective stacking and camp pulling by both his supports. And as much as he tries, Nature's Prophet cannot stop this. In fact, he has abandoned the lane and reverted to jungling because he just cannot feel he gets any CS. And that's okay as far as Noxious Gaming is concerned. And they have what they think is a concise advantage. And I have to say, at this early stage in the game, is looking like a one-sided early laning phase, going down to Noxious Gaming on 20 CS, 18 CS, followed by SF, 11 on Lifestealer, and when we hit the net worth, it just says green, green, green in the top brackets. And well, nice pull by there by Timbersaw, who's looking to pull this lane up, but he does not aggro it into his into a friendly lane, into friendly creep wave. Instead, it's just stacked nicely there, so that Lifestealer and Warbana can come and pull this. And I don't know if Abandon's the best support to be going up against a Timbersaw. I feel that he doesn't have enough drive power to take him out of lane. And the courier traversing into the bottom lane here, looking for probably items to go to Storm Spirit, and it should be a bottle. No, it's a recipe for a Hand of Midas. Hand of Midas being picked up by Storm Spirit, or at least the recipe for it. Again, not traditional, not standard in terms of what you expect to see, but this will add, and we have a charge out of Spirit Breaker straight into Puck, denying the rune, and Puck is in trouble. He looks to orb out, he does jaunt out, and he is only on less than 100 hit points. They want to right click him down, silence being in play, and that is the first blood. No! Phase bolts out, but it's still picked up by Spirit Breaker, who manages to get the first blood thanks to the haste rune and just right clicking down. Excellent teamwork out of Noxious Gaming, and the game is paused. Glitch being used, and some stats coming up on the screen thanks to oh man, I'm totally forgetful. Thanks to Sophie, who clearly knows more about Dota than I do. Shaz, it's Shaz, not Sophie. Fantastic. Shaz, who is currently totally drunk, throwing out some stats there. Of course, some of you will be familiar with Shaz. He casted some earlier pool play earlier this week. Decided to take the position of a stat collector.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now some early aggression onto tower, having already converted the first blood down to what could be a out of control space cow. They're now laying down damage. This looks like this tower will go down without a fight. There is not even a sign of glyph being used. The tower is at less than 100 hit points. And that is a sub 6 minute tower, and that's exactly what you want to do. You can then extrapolate from that and push and excel, get a snowball effect happening, and they haven't given up. They're going for tier 2. There is still no TPs here, but glyph is forced, and this 3-man squad now rotates with TPs from both heroes. No required from Spirit, but he's still going to go while Kelpie hits the tower. But it is a trade of towers. Charge in from the S-Break. He goes down to Vengeful. Vengefule's been shielded, but it's not enough. Visage picks up that kill. Soul Consumption doing huge amounts of damage. And it is 3-0. So far, FeS on the back foot, and they now feeling the pain dished out by this machine. The Dream Machine team, which is Noxious Gaming. And if we look at the net worth, it's looking pretty sad. It's 3-3 versus 2, so that's already a 4,000 gold advantage. We're not even 7 minutes into the match, and if I hit the graph thing, it tells me this 4,000 gold advantage, and the same for XP. And if they can keep this momentum, keep the pressure up, it will be a decisive victory. But of course, let's not discount FeS just yet. They have a strong lineup. They have the potential to go late game, much late gamer than Team Noxious. And so perhaps if this is their strategy, they're going to try as best as they can in their early game, mid game phase. And then look to take it out, play Red Dota in the later phase. And they do have this terribly scary lineup consisting of Puck as well as a number of heroes that can just add to the team. But early aggression of Team Nox does mean that we got some early tower conversion, and they could potentially push a tier 2, if not another tier 1. There has been a tower trade, and Space Cow is going in for another charge. He cancels that charge. Yeah, I don't know where he was going, but he's cancelled his charge, getting out, using it as an escape. Storm Spirit still picking up free farm and is already well on the way to what could be either a Bloodstone or something else. I'm not really sure, but he's leading the table, 4,000 gold net worth, and this is almost 1,000 gold more. It is clearly 1,000 gold more than the next die hero, which is Life Stealer.
That is for certain.
And again, the tier 2 tower takes a lot of right click damage as well as creep damage. They want to block it, and there's a delivery of goods to level up their wand. And the next creep wave that comes in does secure this first tier 2 tower. Well, should secure this tier 2 tower. Should the Storm Spirit go unchecked. And you can see here, no TPs out. Still 0 TPs in, I should say. Not out, but in. To defend this bottom tier 2 tower, which is only 200 hit points. A couple of right clicks, the creep wave will go down, and this will be a tower. And meanwhile, Timbersaw picks up Abandon. Lifestealer picking up Timbersaw in the top lane. And it's 4-1. And I'm just thinking here because this is where I feel that they're being a little bit neglectful with the Storm Spirit. A lot of this farm is due to the fact that it is free farm, and Nature's Prophet comes in to try and contend to this pushing Storm Spirit, potentially try and lock down, but he does have his ult. He can ball lightning out, so there's going to be no guaranteed kill. There's 3 heroes now going and potentially for the dive against Storm Spirit. 2 stun, 1 stun, 1 lockdown. So they could potentially do it, but no. Safe game being played by Storm Spirit. And all the lanes have been pushed out, if not abandoned. And Shadow Fiend taking tremendous amounts of damage, as he now has reverted to farming creeps. And another rotation here from FeS looking to drive down the middle perhaps. It's all pretty just standoffish at this stage in the game. I'm having a quick look at items. Almost complete full boot conversion at the 10-minute mark for Team Noxious. Only got the boots of speed left for the support for Sashu's level 4. Meanwhile, on Team FeS, only phase boots been completed on 2 of the heroes. The rest of the heroes have nowhere near boot conversion. And that does mean what to the listeners watching, or watching the stream, or watching in game? It means late mid-game items, or later mid-game items. And later mid-game items does equate to kills. It does equate to that mid-game phase team fight. You know, if you can get that early mech on, get that early Ring of Aquila, you'll just be doing so much more damage than your opponent's team. Especially at this level of play. Dreamcore being deployed for no reason at all, I can see. Except Shadowfiend. Oh, I'm totally wrong. In comes the rotation onto Shadowfiend. They pick him up. But in comes the charge, and it is a follow-through with Timbersaw picking up 2, so it's a 2-for-1. Huge plays. And a terrible map awareness from Mika Kai.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now it looks like potentially early mechanism. Yeah, almost complete mechanism sitting on Timbersaw. Another tower being dropped. That is a tier 2 tower. Bottom lane open to tier 3 assault, but I don't feel that is coming anytime soon. But you watch that lane, there may be the first tower push right there if they feel the Grax push, if they feel that the opportunity presents itself. That it is open. I should say that tier 3 towers open. But Noxious Gaming proving to show that they are commanding a lead in this match. It is a substantial lead. Only 12 minutes into the game. It's over 7,000 gold and 4,000 XP. And there's pings going down onto the lane that's being pulled by Creeps. Nice pickup here for Shadowfiend, who just managed to secure that CS. As he rushes his way towards the Shadow Blade. Dagon for Puck, potentially. Spirit Breaker, sorry, Vengeful Spirit Breaker. Vengeful Spirit has a smoke, and I want to see them utilize as much smoke as possible. They are on the back foot. They can secure kills because they have the lockdown. So they should be looking to be aggressive and smoking as much as possible. Get dollar. I like that. I like the call from Shaz on the stats. And already the Storm Spirit has completed what is almost his Bloodstone, and this is only a couple of items away from completing it. And once he has that Bloodstone, his dive potential and initiation potential just extrapolates into kills. And wow, we can see some engagement going on here in the mid lane. A lot of damage. Spirit Breaker drops first. Shadowfiend's ult goes through, but it may not be. It may be for naught as he tries to secure a kill against a nice toggling armlet. Lifestealer, he just gets so much damage he absorbs. You can see the toggling, and in comes the Storm Spirit as well into the mix, and it's a 2-for-1 in the favor of Team FeS. Winning their first team skirmish very, very convincingly. Most of it missed by me. Now he's going toe-to-toe. He's looking to escape. That flexibility of Ball Lightning proving to be too strong for Team Noxious. I should say Team FeS. By Team Noxious. And what's on the board? Moves forward. You can see that it's Storm Spirit leading the way. 7,500. Storm Spirit close behind by about a grand on 6,500. And way down are the two dire carries on 5 and 4,000. And that has got to be a hurdle or a Himalaya advantage. Space Cow coming in for a charge. You can see he's going down onto somebody, and it is Nature's Prophet. We talked about this in the draft, and in comes Spirit Breaker to Storm Spirit to steal the kill. Great pickup there by Storm Spirit. More money, more gold, and that's another accelerated pedal towards his Bloodstone. And Noxious now having a commanding lead in both gold and XP. Puck's in a bit of trouble. Looks this phase shift out, and he does get away. There's a swap, an unnecessary swap, but it turns into a kill. Nice pick, nice reactions. Cat-like reflexes, agility, Lifestealer comes into the mix, and this is a bit of a sloppy engagement. It's a bit piecemeal. Nature's Prophet out of position. Chakra Magic into Electric Vortex, and that's a kill. 9 for 5 buyback, rage buyback, I might add. For no reason to waste that gold whatsoever. But he decides he wants to come back in. He doesn't even TP into any kind of teamfight situation. He just casually walks back in. We see Puck is engaging into SF. There's an ult go down. There's a charge from the Space Cow. And if this dies, down comes with the Puck. And it transfers to Abandon. Abandon is now in a bad position. He gets charged and stunned. That's 2 kills for none. Or 2 kills for 1. 3 kills potentially for 1. Another rage buyback. Borrowed time gets procced. But it's not enough because the radio... Oh, look at it. Storm Spray gets denied on his Bloodstone. And there's a TP here from Spirit Breaker, and the game suddenly explodes into kills per minute as this Russian style Dota unfolds before us. And another initiation deep by Storm Spirit. May have over exaggerated him where he can, but he's going to dive deep, keeps up a kill, looks to retreat, manages to get away. That flexibility is so strong. And Space Cow is also there. Charges on the one being used. Silence comes down. But that's not enough. Space Cow comes into the mix. That's another kill. 13 for 8. And Lifestealer, you better watch out because Space Cow's here. In comes the hook. And this team is on fire as they pick up another kill. Mounting the heads of their enemies on spikes as they drive down the mid lane towards the tier 1 tower. And it has to be said, can the momentum of this team be slowed?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And leading the way is Timbersaw and 7 kills. The damage being too much. The skill level clearly in the favor of Team Noxious with this lineup. Space Cow charges away. Breaking off to try and block the lane or look for potentially a kill on somebody. Nobody there, doesn't find anything. And Puck's got a death wish, diving deep. In comes the Storm Spirit, and the flexibility as well as the right click. In comes Timbersaw to finish it off. Space Cow comes through, there's a stun. Ult being used, earn charges go down. If this soul consumption, and that's 2 pickups for none, and Noxious are now assaulting the tier 3 tower. They could take this. Only 3 heroes stand between them and the mid lane racks at the 18-minute mark, and this exciting game of Dota unfolds before us as they assault the tier 3 tower, taking the high ground with complete confidence. And the tower is beginning just to mount away at the levels. Look how this shouldn't be happening. As the tier 3 tower falls, they wait for the buyback, they wait for something from the Lifestealer, but there's no answer here. And Noxious Gaming take the first racks of the match, leading with just a commanding advantage. Howl of Terror comes in, but this is converting into nothing. And Noxious, they're not over yet. There's an infest bomb coming from Puck, a swap in as well as, but it's not enough. The damage just mounting away. Vengeful Spirit. Lifestealer wants to pick up. In comes everybody. Electric Vortex. He wants to save everybody, but it's not enough. The player skill being completely outmatched at 20 for 8. Storm Spirit doesn't care. He's gonna dive. He's gonna go for kicks and thrills. And he's got full charges on his wand, so he's not over yet. Dreamcoil comes down, and in any moment now, another pickup here. This is just descending into well farm for Team Noxious. All the buybacks coming out because they know this game is well in hand at 22 for 9 as they now begin the well farm, and the demoralized Team FeS are in a full headlong retreat as they are routed back to the well. This is the only location you're allowed to be alive, says Team Noxious. We don't want you leaving this world. You're only permitted to live within your own world. The rest of the map is ours. And the sad state of fair for Team FeS, GG called, and you have to say that was a hard battle for Team FeS as we go into next. Congratulations to Team Noxious. Thanks to TT Esports for the sponsorship as well as Southern Cross Dota. I was Omega Kai. You can follow me on www.facebook.com/OmegaKaiDota or www.twitch.tv/Omega Kai. Thanks for following. Thanks for hit subscribe, hit follow, and we'll see you guys in the next match in the next couple of minutes.